I would like to give you 7 pieces of gear that will enhance your backpacking trip or backpack in general. These are 7 pieces that I've been carrying around for a while, some longer than others. And I'd like to tell you why I carry them around, and maybe one of these 7 things may be something you want to look at. I'll start with this thing. It's the Nalgene Canteen. It's 48 ounces. When I'm in my tent late at night and I want to go to the restroom, I don't like tripping over these guidelines, and when it's cold, I don't want to get out. So this Nalgene will help you go to the restroom inside your tent, but it's a roll feature, so it really works well. Now I have to give props where props is due. Gone Feral with Squidly has one of these, and I finally decided to do it. And Senior Hiker 77 has been telling me to do this for years. I guess it's time to accept that I am a over 50 backpacker, and I'd rather just go to the restroom inside the tent. If you're interested, check it out. But I would say this, when you get back from your trip, probably a good idea to clean it out. You might want to do that. But it works great. It's got the wide mouth like all the Nalgenes, so easy to use. The Nalgene Canteen, great. It's been part of my kit for a while now. Appreciate the guys for recommending it to me. Second piece of gear that I have that I've really enjoyed, and this is one of those personal pieces of gear. Everybody has their own idea of a backpack and their own ideas of shoes, and I have my own ideas about pillows. I've tried a bunch of them, and I've tried a lot of them that did not work for me. And I finally have settled on the Trekology pillow. They recently upgraded it, maybe last year. And so this one has this great little elastic band that goes around it so it doesn't move when you put it on your sleeping pad. It also has the bag feature attached to the outside of the pillow, so you don't have to worry about losing your little bag for it. You just simply break it down on itself and you're good to go. It also has the feature that this whole thing comes off. So the pillow itself inside that blows up can be taken away from the fabric, and you can throw this thing in the washer and dryer, which is huge because there's been many nights, like tonight, I'm super sweaty, super stinky, and it's gonna stink when I get home. So your next trip, sort of like the Nalgene Canteen, you wanna probably wash it. Just like any of the other pillows, it has this little feature with a click button, and you click it once to blow it up, and then it stays blowed up. It snaps back on itself. One side has a grid fabric that you use, and the back side is where the elastic goes around your sleeping pad. Super simple. I like the loft on it. It's just right for me. If you know about sleeping in the backcountry, one thing you can wake up to is a stiff neck when you don't have a pillow. So I like a pillow. Some people say it's just a luxury item. To me, it makes a difference between going to sleep and not going to sleep. So I'm always using one. The next thing I'll show you that has been great for me is the upgrade to the Flex Tail pump for your sleeping pad. These things have been a hot item of late. I had the original one. I bought it thinking that I was buying this new one. And then I was contacted by Flextail after Metro on the Move, who sent me the link, and they sent me one of these, the upgrade. So I have the first generation and now I have the second generation, and they've really upgraded it. It still has this wonderful little hook that you can hook it to the top of your tent and create a light. They've also added this little feature. It looks like a golf ball or softball that you can attach to the Flextail. It helps to light it up. It makes it like a light bulb in your tent. So that attaches to the end of the Flextail, and I think that's an ingenious idea. Well, you charge it, and that's great. No batteries. You don't have to worry about AA's or AAA's or whatever A's you have to have. You simply hit the power button. Thing's got a great charge, lasts a long time, but it's also got a light. And it's got a super light on it. So that coupled with this little softball thing gives you a great light at night that you can use. And haven't used it long enough to know exactly how long the charge is. I'm just too lazy to actually find out how long the charge is, but it will last a good long time. I know from the first generation. So it also has many adapters in here. It's sort of like an origami set inside. You've got to figure out which adapter to use, but it's not that tough. But it's a great little addition to my backpacking kit. So Flextail, appreciate you sending me this one. I will be using this from here to eternity, because as you get older, you get to the backpacking place where you're camping out, your lungs are tired, you don't want to blow up your pad, and that coupled with the fact that if you are blowing your hot breath into these pads, they will get moldy over time. You don't want that mold inside your pad, so blowing it up with something like this, great to use in the trail. The next piece of gear that I really like to show you is the Silky Saw F100. Been super excited to get one of these. The first time I saw it was with Southern Hikes, Taylor and Rachel. We were out at Chiaha Wilderness. He had the Big Daddy edition. It's like double this size. And I thought I really liked that, but it looked like I was a samurai with it on the side of my backpack. And I thought, if they make a smaller one, I'll get it. So the F100 came out. It just folds down like a folding knife. It's just like a folding knife on steroids. And this has been essential for me of late. What I use it for is small sticks and small branches that are too long to throw on the fire. So, you know, I'm not gonna spend an hour cutting down a log that's that big around. If it's this big around in my fist, I'm probably gonna use this. If not, I'm gonna let it be and let the next person come to the campsite and you get that one. So this is about all I need, and I'm super excited to use it. If you're looking for a Silky Saw, this is a great one to use. The next thing that I'll talk about is these wonderful little Sunblessa headlamps. I know you've probably seen them. I've seen lots of reviews of them. I've seen a couple of reviews about the first generation. And I actually have the first generation, and I will say there were issues with it. And Sunblessa contacted me and told me, hey, check out the second generation because we've fixed all the issues. One of the biggest issues with them, and if you're interested in looking at it, just know that it really looks like the Nitecore 25. It really has a lot of the same features. It is a rechargeable headlamp. But what I do like about this second generation is they fixed the biggest issue with it, and that is it has a dimming feature now. So when you're charging it up and it goes for a while, and on the first generation, what would happen is it would just go dead. And you wouldn't know that it was gonna go dead. This will actually give a dimming feature, so as the battery starts to go down, it will start to dim and let you know, hey, you better charge this up or you better have a backup because you're about to be in complete darkness. But it's got all the features. It's got the 5 modes. It's got white. It's got high, mid, and middle modes. It's got the low strobe. It's got green, white, red. It's basically all the colors of the rainbow that you need. I like the green in the fact it's when you're in camp and you don't want to shine your light on people with the white light, you can change it to one of the others, the red or green. It doesn't give that just annoying feature of somebody shining white light into your tent. It does have a battery indicator on it, which is different than the first generation. But a great little headlamp and very inexpensive. So if you're looking for a headlamp to get into backpacking, what I will say is it has this great little package for it that will go in your pack and keep it from getting broken or anything. It's got a zip around it, sort of like a sunglasses case. Sunblessa, thank you for sending it to me. I'll use it. I'm using it on this trip, and I think it's going to be a great feature for me. Another great piece of gear, and this is my second to last one, and then I'll have one more, is the pack towel. I've been using the pack towel for a long time, and it simply folds in itself in this little stuff sack. It attaches to your shoulder straps on your backpack with just one little snap. It has a Velcro closure on the top, and there it sits. It basically weighs nothing. It's a wonderful little piece of gear. This thing is quick dry, and I use it to wipe all the sweat off. And like the caveat that I said with the Nalgene Canteen, don't forget to wash this when you get home. It has a little feature inside, a little snap that undoes the towel from the stuff sack. So all you have to do is throw this in the wash, and don't do what I did, which is leave it on the side of your backpack for several trips and use it, and then come home 4 or 5 trips later and wonder, what is that smell coming from my backpack? And then finally realize it's this. A great little piece of gear, and I've used it for a long time, several years, and absolutely love it. The last piece of gear that I have, and I'd really like to show it to you, is, I guess I'll have to give a shout out to Tom Walker. In his video, he finally convinced me. That's Following Walker's World for the people that don't know out there. This is a great puffy jacket, and if you can get it now in the spring or in the summer when the prices go down, sometimes they run about $89.95. This is the Decathlon 4-Class 100. This puffy jacket is absolutely amazing. If you look around, you're gonna see a lot of backpackers that have these things. Yeah, they come in around $89, but in the spring and summer, you'll see a lot of sales. These go down to 60 bucks. And if you don't want the hood on it, they even go down to like 50 or 55. It's an 800 feel down jacket. I think it's duck down, not goose down, but it's warm. It'll get you down to 20 degrees or so. I'll put it on the screen. This jacket has been great for me. It's getting a little cool tonight. I got the large jacket, absolutely love it, and will be using it for a long time, and should be a great addition to my pack. Well, that's it, guys. I'm tired. It's been a long day of hiking. I just wanted to show you some of my pieces of gear that I think enhance my backpacking trips. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give a like. If you hadn't subscribed to the channel, I hope you will. If you don't, no big deal. But I will see you guys on the next adventure.
Yay. Okay, so let's talk about this 10